And that led to a rise in prices of an awful lot of things, food and things like that, basic necessities, including medicines, which was something people were very annoyed about, and the government actually backtracked and removed the price rise on medicines. But essentially, life had got more expensive for people, and that led to a lot of frustration, and hence to these protests that have been going on for some weeks, and including today with this day of disobedience where people stayed at home.
And just how much pressure is this putting on, a long-standing President Omar al-Bashir?
It's putting a lot of pressure on him. Today's disobedience campaign, I think, wasn't as well followed as the one last month. Though certainly a lot of people did stay at home as well, and the streets were perhaps in some places quieter than they had been. But you can tell there's pressure on President Omar al-Bashir because he's reacting in a very strong way. Last week, in a speech in Kassala in the east of the country, he said that keyboard activists wouldn't overthrow his government. And he basically said, if you're tough enough, come out onto the streets. You know what happened last time. And that's a reference to the protests, also about austerity measures in September 2013, when the security forces used live bullets to stop the protesters, killing rights groups say as many as 200 of them. So the president is talking tough. That's a sign that he's worried, because particularly in the disobedience campaign in November, so many people stayed at home that the government was really aware of how unpopular some of its measures were.
And just very briefly, James, are we likely to see these protests continue?
Yeah, I think there'll be more of them. And the government says, look, we have to bring these austerity measures in. But the other counter-argument to that would be, well, the government is spending so much money on its budget on the military, it's spending money on wars that it could avoid. There's also pervasive corruption, many Sudanese say, and that would be a way, rather than austerity measures, of dealing with this economic crisis.
Africa editor James Copnall, thank you very much.